Welcome back, not to Delfine, but to Matilda. Matilda is our trawler that we lived on in Greece for the last 4 years, and we've been there selling her. So people were like, oh, go to Greece and enjoy a holiday. But in fact, mostly it was doing work on the boat, preparing her for the sea trial, cleaning out old bits of impeller from the heat exchanger and the generator there. But eventually everything, was sorted out. The sea trial was completed. There was some negotiation because there were a couple of issues with the engines, but in the end, we sold her, the new owner's happy with her, and we're able to sit back and enjoy a drink. And then we returned to Belgium and to Delfine. Welcome back to Delfine. It has been 28 days, 20-something days, a good 3 to 4 weeks since we were last here. So let's see how she's held up. When we left, we'd sealed everything off and it all looks great. Obviously, she's a little bit dirty. We need to clean the solar panels. But there's so much other work to do, it doesn't really matter. This front is sitting really nicely as we left it. That's all good. The wood where we've varnished it is great. No problems anywhere. Come in, there's obviously been people working on the boat. We know that. Someone's taken this off. We were keeping the dust off the panel. That's okay, that'll clean up nicely. And a lot has been going on. They have been working down here. When we were gone, the floors have been done. You can see, missing a bottom step. We can see all this paper that they put over the top to protect it. And the floors now look like this. So they were quite dark. Now they've all been sanded back and oiled with a very light stain that really going to brighten things up in here, and with all the other colors and things we're bringing in, it's going to be awesome. So really happy with all of that. What else has been happening? Oh, you can see there are cables everywhere. So we're putting LED safety strips in here, so the cables have been run for that. You can see cables running down here, which will be for the banister. This is our thermostat, that's going to get moved. Don't worry about that one. We've got cables running here, which will be, I believe this is for power that's going in there. This is the stuff from the plumber when he was working here. He was just here actually showing me what's been going on. What else have we got? All sorts of bits and pieces. Oh, there was a lot. He's obviously been under, that came from down here, so he's clearly been under the floor. This has all been tidied up, which is great. That used to be a complete and utter mess. Now it's just a little bit of a mess, but it is much cleaner. Really made a lot of changes to the pipes down there, which is great. And they've taken the backs out of the cupboards and they've been in there working behind things. And there's been a lot going on. The big changes, and that's a lot of change to be fair. The big changes are here in the bathroom. So they've been in under the floor here. These all lifted up. He said he'll be back on and screw these down next week. In the bathroom. Okay, so the bathrooms are ready for the bathroom builders to start. So we've got hot and cold pipes in place, rerun the actual plumbing under the floor. A big hole here which we have to fix. We've got, these are for the basins. This is for lights that are going up here, power. We've got fancy new toilets. These ones are going to be behind the wall. So you can see they've braced this. We've got some new framing in here. They've taken all of that out. Look at that, beautiful. And then same again on, we've got some more. I don't know what this one is. Look at this little, looks like a socket's gonna go in there. These are the existing wiring for the lights. We're keeping that. What else we got? Oh, here we've got the TV is going up here. And then they've been into the switch panels and or not switch panels, I'm not sure what you'd call those. Anyway, down here we have the everything in ready for the washing machine that is going to go in here. So that's all good. Look at this, we've got more power cords and stuff that have been put into that switch box. And then a junction box. Junction box is the word I'm looking for. Oh yeah, they've been into all the junction boxes in here as well. And then this is the other bathroom. This one needs a little bit more work because they had to take, well, I guess they took the wall off on this side to access the other side. So I've got a job ahead of me. By Monday morning, I need to fill that wall back in. So we will get stuck into that. And yeah, so what's going to happen, this shower's going to go in here. Same toilet here. Fortunately, we do not have to do the this part. This will be done by the builders because that'll, it'll come flush. This is a, one of these fancy hidden cisterns, and the toilet ends up sort of looking like this hanging on the wall. So that's all them. They'll sort all that out. Yeah, there you go. Welcome back to Delfine. This is what has been happening. She is looking very different. What else have we got to do? I guess the next big things for us are cleaning up. I think the next big thing for us is, well, putting back all the holes. We have to get that ready for Monday so that the bathroom people can start. And then a lot of what is in here is trash at this point. We've been storing it, waiting to get enough to make it worth doing a run to the recycling depot. And so all of this stuff, come Monday morning, we will load that up and get rid of it and clean the boat out. And I think then we're in a really good shape for the builders. And then the next thing for Karina and I is fill those holes in the wall. And then we're going to start priming. I think, it's time for us to actually start painting the inside of the boat, because this is the good time to do it while the floor's covered and there's no furniture in here. And we'll get the priming done and then maybe one coat so that then the builders can come and finish everything out. Yeah, everything is coming along. It's very exciting. We're really pleased with the progress. That's what happens when you're away for a few weeks. So, famous last words with that video. We held a meeting on the Monday and discovered that the toilets, in fact, did need to be covered in, and that was my job. So we got stuck into that. First things first, we ripped out the kitchen. That's the plumbing behind there. Had the engine mechanics in on the Tuesday. They have given the engines a good going over, including setting the valve timings again. And yeah, the engines are in great condition. Probably need to replace a couple of hoses, but nothing too major there. Then the bathroom specialist started. These guys are specialists in micro cement type products. And boy, I'm just blown away by the amount of work that's been in prepping, waterproofing, layering, bit by bit. Here's the one of the toilets filled in. I've since filled in that hole in the top left corner. We then had Bart back. He's our heating specialist. We've got a new heating computer that controls the hot water and the heat through the radiators in the boat. And boy, Delfine is just a complete and utter mess at the moment. Karina's been working hard on polishing brass. That's going well. And this is the absolute final piece of demolition on Delfine. Very happy with that. Shipyard's also been keeping busy, welding boats behind us. So always activity going on around us. Of course, setting up a boat like Delfine is not just the building. There's a whole bunch of regulatory stuff. So here we are. We now officially have our alcohol license, so we can serve alcohol on board. One of the next things to start, also regulatory, is removing the old numbers and putting the new ones up, which means sanding back and preparing to paint this entire front section of the boat. I'm going to do the front and the rear so that we can get the letters up, which will let us complete our estron. Bathrooms, meanwhile, they've continued to work in there. Now they've sort of covered the walls. Here's the paint colour that we're going with. This will be the finish that will be there with the micro cement. And yeah, I completed the first round of priming, and then, so this is, I guess, the end of this week. The micro cement first layer is up. They're continuing to work on that. And there you are. That's up to date. Everything happening on Delfine. It is a crazy busy time.